this is Thor from TC Electronic. I'm the product manager for guitar effects at TC, and I'm here at Guitar Center in Los Angeles to show you guys a really cool new pedal, and it's the Cinders Overdrive. So Cinders Overdrive is really a true overdrive pedal in the sense that it doesn't try to color the sound. A lot of overdrive pedals basically change your core tone, but when I designed this, I really wanted to make a drive that takes the core sound of your guitar and your amp and doesn't mess with it. So it basically just adds really, really nice overdrive and gain to the cool sound you already have. And that's the core philosophy behind Cinders Overdrive. And it's a very basic pedal. You have your usual gain, you have a tone knob, and you have volume, and that's pretty much it. So that means that it's super easy to set up, and it complements pretty much any type of guitar and any type of amp. So, whatever you do with it, you're guaranteed to get some really awesome tones. So let's dig into a couple of sounds, and we'll start with everything around 12 o'clock as just like the core setting, and then we can kind of tweak from there. So here's my dry guitar sound with nothing on. It's completely bone dry. And with Cinders on. Another really cool thing about Cinders is the fact that when I turn down the guitar and I kind of adjust the volume, I can get like a whole spectrum of different sounds from, pretty overdriven to almost clean. So here's with the volume full blast. So it's almost like playing an old school tube amp in the sense that, you have just this whole rainbow of tones right at literally at your fingertip. Just by adjusting the volume knob, you can go from, clean sounds to overdriven sounds, which is a really nice thing. So now I cranked up the gain to maximum just to give you guys an idea of how much you can actually get out of this. And what we try to achieve here is that it almost gets into this kind of semi-fuzzy type of sound, which I really like. It has this kind of old school 60s vibe to it, where, there's a little bit of wooliness to the low end, which I think is really, really cool. So here's another setting. I basically backed down the gain to like 9 o'clock. And the cool thing about this is that it's almost doesn't add any drive. It's just a little bit. What I really like about this is that pretty much any amp you have, especially if you use like a super clean amp, it's always nice to get just a little bit of grit. You almost can't hear it, but it makes playing a lot nicer, and it opens up the amp, so to speak. So here's with the pedal off and with the pedal on. So it's still clean, but it just adds a little bit of interest and a little bit of hair to the notes, which I think is a great, great thing. So in this case, you could almost use it as an always-on kind of effect. You just leave it on, and that's just your clean sound. And if you dig in, you get a little bit of grit, and if you play soft, it's just totally clean. So now I played a couple of examples using the single coils. Let's try to hear it with the humbucker instead. So here's the dry sound. And with Cinders. And as you can hear, even with the humbuckers, which is usually a pretty tough thing to do, you still get some really nice clean sounds just by turning down the volume. So here's Cinders with the gain cranked on the humbucker. You almost get into like rock and hard rock territory with this sound. So here's another example, and this is still the humbucker, but with the gain backed almost off. And the thing to listen to here is the difference in tone when I dig in and when I play soft. This was a quick preview into what Cinders Overdrive can do, and you can only play these at Guitar Centers, so make sure you go there now and check one out, or go to guitarcenter.com and read more about them.